Hey everybody, it's Jake Huglin, your friend in real estate, here with Serena Odekirk, Vice President of Mortgage Lending for Guaranteed Rate Affinity.
Hi guys.
So she's been in the business for
22 years.
Wow, so that's a lot of experience with home buyers.
It is. I've been lucky enough to help people for 22 years realize the goal of home ownership.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you for being here, and today we're going to be talking about understanding credit. I've had a lot of questions from clients and potential clients about their credit score and am I going to be able to get approval for a loan? So with Serena's help, we're going to kind of maybe clear up some of those myths and misconceptions so that you guys understand a little bit more about what goes into your credit score. So that way, maybe you're going to be able to put yourself in a better position to get approved for a loan. So Serena, one question I had for you that I've been getting from people is, what effect does it have on people's credit score with their payment history?
Payment history is so important. It accounts for about 35% of your credit score.
Wow.
So obviously if you make your payments on time, you've got great credit scores. What some people don't understand is that a payment has to be truly 30 days late in order to be reported as late on your credit report. So maybe your payment's due on July 1st, but you don't make your payment until July 30th. Yeah, you probably have a late payment, but it's not affecting your credit yet. It'll affect your credit after August 2nd. That's when you want to make sure you have your payment made by. So 30-day mark is kind of the key. Of course, you don't want to make late payments, but some people come into me and say, oh, I've got terrible credit. Turns out they've got great credit.
Okay.
They've just made their payments late a couple times.
So let's just say another factor. Mm-hmm. What if I owe a lot on my credit?
Yeah. So that is a really big factor affecting credit scores. Well, it's actually 30%. So it's right up there with payment history. If you have a lot of revolving debt where you're maxed out on all your credit cards, that has a very negative impact on your credit score. Lenders look at that like, okay, this person is living off of credit. A bankruptcy is right around the corner for them. So we want to make sure that we keep people out of that. The general rule of thumb is to keep your credit balance at 75% or less of your highest credit limit. So for example, if your credit limit is like $500 on a credit card, you never, ever, ever want to take your balance above $375. That's 75%, and that's going to bring you the best credit scores. Of course, ideally is to pay that balance off every month, and you get to avoid the interest that way too. But if that's not possible, just make sure you keep that balance
Okay.
low. Mm-hmm.
So what effect does the length of credit history? Let's say that I've never had a credit card. Should I open one? Or maybe I've had credit for a long time. Does that play effect into my credit score at all?
Yep, it does play a big effect. Well, 15% is what that plays into. We don't want to see people with a lot of new accounts that maybe don't have a history of making those payments. So if somebody has opened up, 3 or 4 installment loans in the last 12 months, there's really no history there that we can fall back on and say, yep, they are capable of making all these payments. We're kind of, as a mortgage industry, we're kind of like, oh, wait a minute, maybe they need to establish their payment history on those new debts before we saddle them with a big debt like a mortgage.
Sure.
So.
Does it have any effect? Let's say I have some student loan payments, a car loan, and maybe a credit card. Does that have any impact on my credit score?
That would be a good mix of credit history. That shows that you're kind of diversified in your borrowing, and that's a really good factor if you have a nice mix of credit in use, and that actually accounts for about 10% of your credit score. So it is a factor in determining credit scores.
And what about if I were someone that all of a sudden just decides I want to try to open a bunch of credit accounts or check to see if I can get approved for loans of any type?
Yeah.
Is that going to have any effect on my credit score?
Yeah, that's going to be about 10% also of your credit score. What we're looking at there is somebody might be on a shopping spree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
So maybe they're opening up all kinds of new debts, or they've had a whole bunch of inquiries recently. That might mean that, we're looking for a car, we're looking for a house, we're looking for a, new bedroom set. They don't really have any commitment on where they're at. So keep the inquiries to a minimum. minimum if you're looking at buying a mortgage or buying
Sure.
a home soon.
So if you had someone that you were trying to get approved for a loan, where would you suggest they go to get the process started? I know your company's huge with the digital side, and
Yep,
is there any place you direct them?
Yep. So just to go to grarate.com/Serena Odekirk, that takes you to a loan application that's linked directly to me. It's a digital mortgage, so you can apply online anytime, night, weekends, whatever, and get your credit score right there.
So it doesn't get beamed off to just someone in Chicago in an office that...
I will get a notification as soon as you start filling out that application, and I'll take a look at that credit report. If everything looks great, we'll set up a time to get together, and then we'll start talking about comfort. What is your comfortable monthly payment? What are you comfortable putting down? Or if your credit maybe needs a little bit of work, we'll put you on a plan. Here's your 3-month plan, your 6-month plan, maybe even a year down the road. But we'll get you into a home. It just takes some dedication.
Awesome. Well, if you guys have any questions, obviously I'm going to make a link here in the end of the video so that you guys can go to Serena's website. The other thing that's nice about the partnership that my company has with Guaranteed Rate Affinity is that I can walk down the hall and ask Serena a question face to face. We share the same office building, so that really helps when it comes down to the point of, let's say that you do get approval. If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask Serena, I can just run down, or if she has anything for me, she comes by my office and says, hey Jake, hold on, this buyer, they just got to get some documents submitted. Can you really get those from them? It really helps to have that face-to-face interaction with Serena, so that way I'm not playing phone tag with someone and not getting any responses back. I want to be responsive with you guys and have the communication lines open at all times, because the most important thing for you guys is staying educated and informed. That way you guys are comfortable with the entire process of buying a home. So again, I'm going to link Serena's website at the end of the video here. If you have any questions, I'm also going to put her phone number as well as mine. So feel free to reach out with any questions you guys may have about credit or anything that goes through getting approved for a loan, because we want you guys to be educated. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be doing a couple more videos so that you guys can get maybe a little bit better of an idea of some other factors and aspects of credit. But again, thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Serena, for being here. It was great to have you. So bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks.